This wokester is currently facing the wrath of cancel culture after she advocated for the cancellation of Shane Gillis for racist comments that he made years and years ago. But now she is being canceled for this tweet that she made years and years ago. But the difference is that now, because she is the one who is in the hot seat, she is a victim. She should be forgiven for what she tweeted, but Shane Gillis absolutely deserves to be canceled for something that he said a long time ago. This is all insane, but this is the way that the wokesters work. This is the game that they play. They don't feel like that they should have to suffer the consequences of cancel culture, but they will absolutely advocate for all of the cancellation of anybody that they don't like for anything that they don't say. So let's go ahead and get into the story here, because this is pretty insane. Cancel culture in a nutshell. Blue check lib who joked about cats and Thai food says she's grown. Because she's grown, she doesn't deserve to be canceled anymore, is apparently what she says. But Shane Gillis absolutely deserves to be canceled, 100%. And after you see the tweet that she made in reference to this tweet right here, it just makes it even more hilarious. So this is what she said. This is in reference to Shane Gillis. Remember when someone had their SNL offer revoked after an anti-Asian slur, and so many people thought it was an overreaction? Hateful language begets violence. Hateful jokes beget violence. They minimize and they dehumanize and they allow for the normalization of terror. Alt-right comedy Twitter retweeting and commenting on this proves they're still overreacting. LOL, relax. I'm sure you all still use slurs in your spare time. And then it was dug up that she said this in 2013. Homemade pad thai, didn't put my cat in it though. But apparently this tweet isn't begetting violence. It isn't begetting violence at all, because she's grown since then. She's grown since then, and therefore that makes all the difference in the world. This is insane. This is insane. She is facing the wrath of the cancel culture that she helped create, and she thinks that she should be spared from that wrath. Blue check writer and comedian Ellory Smith says she's grown and is no longer the 17-year-old who tweeted that she didn't put her cat in her homemade pad thai. So, you know, basically she got completely destroyed here. Her hypocrisy got destroyed. Everything got destroyed in two simple tweets. The first is a screenshot of her tweet talking about how hateful language begets violence, hateful jokes beget violence, and how Shane Gillis deserved what happened to him. But then it was brought up that she made this joke, this tweet that begot a lot of violence, let me tell you. So, however, just a few days ago, she tweeted that hateful jokes beget violence, and they minimize and they dehumanize and they allow for the normalization of terror. She was talking about Shane Gillis, but after dehumanizing Asians by joking that they eat cats, she wants everyone to know that progressivism is a journey. Except for Shane Gillis, that is. So this is something that she tweeted out after it was brought to her attention that that this is something, or her hypocrisy was brought to light, I should say. I posted a tasteless, racist tweet that when I was 17. It was disgusting and normalized the exact same kind of violence I meant. Wow. So Ellory Smith, sorry to tell you, but you are begetting violence. You are a very violent and hateful person. Luckily, I have been able to grow in the past 8 years, so I look a lot more like the girl on the left than I do on the right. Ah, yes. Progressivism is a journey. Here comes the mushy gushiness, where we all are apparently supposed to forgive her for this, but Shane Gillis deserves to remain canceled. And here's an honest example of where I started. It isn't right, but it's true. At any point, you can leave this one note, stereotypical, harmful humor behind, and stop enabling white supremacy with your language. And now she's flipping the blame on someone else, saying that that person is a white supremacist because they called her out for tweets that she made 8 years ago to show just how hypocritical she is. What? Oh my gosh. SJWs are the worst. They are the worst part of our culture. Oh my gosh. It's so bad. It's just insane. And guess what, white people? It is our job to call out other white people. I think it's ultimately healthy this tweet was brought up. And so now people are calling her out because she is once again burying herself even deeper in hypocrisy. Sorry, but this doesn't make any sense. You basically say that the bad tweet you posted no longer represents who you are and you have grown, but why do you think Shane Gillis and others deserved his punishment and ignore the possibility that they also grown and learned, especially since the things that Shane Gillis was canceled for were things that he said years ago as well? And why not just apologize? So how about an apology rather than spinning this as your personal triumph? Who actually decides about these journeys? Why should she be forgiven while Alexi McCammon isn't? Exactly. I deserve to be forgiven, but no one else does. Cancel culture in a nutshell. Exactly. It's not up to you to determine if you are no longer racist, Ellory. You made a racist remark that enabled and helped to cultivate the atmosphere of violence against Asians. Well done, Ellory. You have created the hateful culture that we are living in against violence right now. So you should be forgiven, but no one else? Exactly. It's not cancel culture. It's being held to account for your bad behavior. Oh, man. So, like I said, in the past, I am totally against cancel culture. I think that cancel culture is terrible. I think it is bad for the country. I think it is bad for the culture in general. And I think it is absolutely insane that people are being canceled for tweets that they made 10 years ago. I think that is like peak insanity. But this is what cancel culture wants to do. They want to continue to play this game where they can cancel whoever they want if they just dig up a tweet that they don't like from 10 years ago. But when it happens to them, then suddenly they are the victim and they deserve to be forgiven. This is a horrible game, and you do not deserve to make up those types of rules. You either play by the rules or you throw out the entire game. In my opinion, the entire game should be thrown out. Throw out cancel culture because it is horrible. It is horrible. It is a disaster. It is destructive. It doesn't do any good whatsoever to anybody in culture. It doesn't actually help anybody. All it does is just give you the opportunity to silence and destroy someone that you don't like. That is all it does. If you actually want forgiveness and grace, I am all for that. I think that there should be forgiveness and grace. I don't think that Ellory should necessarily be canceled for the things that she said 10 years ago. But if that's a game that she wants to play and those are the rules that she wants to ascribe herself to, then I'm not going to feel bad if this is what happens to you. I don't think that it should happen to you because I think that cancel culture is bad. But if it is happening to you, then, well, you asked for this. You absolutely asked for this. So I just hope that more and more people will start to wake up to see the dangers of cancel culture. And cancel culture is coming from all directions now. It's coming from people like Ellory Smith. It's coming from SJWs. It's coming from wokesters. It's coming from big tech. It's coming from social media. It's coming from the mainstream media. All of these places are engaging in cancel culture. And it's only going to get worse. More and more people are going to be fired, are going to lose opportunities, are going to be destroyed. Their livelihoods are going to be destroyed. Their relationships are going to be destroyed because of things that they have said, jokes that they have made. 10-year-old jokes, 15-year-old jokes, who knows? It's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse unless more and more people start saying, no, we are not going to engage with cancel culture anymore. We are not going to give cancel culture a place in our country because cancel culture is 100% anti-American. It is completely neo-Marxist and it is just disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. There is no room for grace or forgiveness in cancel culture. Therefore, Ellory Smith, I'm sorry, but you're not going to receive any grace or forgiveness from anybody that you were trying to get grace and forgiveness from. And of course, there's SJWs out there that are defending her, that are going to bat for her for these things, which is just insane. Like this person right here just said something that is just mind-bogglingly insane. Depending on the nuance, she may be correct. Have you noticed that this is also a word that SJWs love to throw out there? Nuance. Nuance. A lot of Chinese people run Thai restaurants. In China, there are huge issues of treating animals and human workers with cruelty and disrespect for their being. At 17, she isn't preaching violence. She's pointing out others' violence. Which is just, what? No, that's not what's happening here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about cancel culture in general? I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Subscribe if you're new here to my channel, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
my heart's desire.